How pathetic can some people be?
In all seriousness, I've been having a lot of hang-ups lately about homosexuality. I don't know why I just haven't. For a long time, I thought maybe one of my roommates was gay. So finally last night when he asked me to slow dance naked with him in the strobe light, I said, "Hey, man, are you gay?" And he said, "No." I said, "Let's dance."
Dumbass of the day. 93.3 KZOC.
Okay.
Did you ever have a roommate you questioned some of the things they did? You're like, God, is he kind of gay? Like, I don't know. Like, why is he always walking around just in his underwear? And why is he so touchy?
Why is
he always crawling into bed with me in the middle of the night?
And why does he only watch Julie Andrews movies?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I can see that happening.
Why does he cry during Julie Andrews movies?
Down in Moundville, Alabama, a man allegedly beat his roommate after discovering that his roommate had failed to properly seal a box of Cap'n Crunch, which had gone stale. Dwayne Barry Smith is 52 years of age and still eats Cap'n Crunch cereal.
I don't think that's a problem that you're 52. And I know earlier you said he doesn't have teeth, and I'm thinking, well, you know what? That's pretty flavorful cereal, and if you let it get soggy, then, you don't need to have the teeth to break it down.
This is wherein lies the problem with the situation. He was arrested on Friday for domestic violence following the confrontation with his roommate just outside of Tuscaloosa. According to police, the victim said that he became upset upon discovering that the cereal had gone stale and blamed him for failing to keep the Captain Crunch fresh. He was especially upset because he is missing those teeth and has difficulty consuming the cereal if it is stale. For some reason, the crunchability of Captain Crunch when it goes stale, when it hits the milk, is hard on people with no teeth.
They already got an uphill battle, man.
Yes!
They got no choppers.
100%. If I'm 52 years of age and I have a roommate and I am consuming Captain Crunch and I am missing my teeth, please come to me with a piano wire. Place it firmly on my neck and pull. Okay? Please do that.
This is what, come on, what? Honestly, this wouldn't be that bad because you think you could just eat baby food. Have you ever tried, remember you tried your baby food, right?
Jamba Juice. Just have Jamba Juice.
Yeah, but you could make little, remember the beef gravy thing that babies eat?
No,
that's good stuff.
I would
you can make your own.
My kids would never eat the beef ones. There's like the beef ones. I could not get around the fact that pulverized beef was probably not beef. And I was just going to stick to what was apples and carrots and things like that. He demanded that his roommate remove his dentures so that he could experience how hard it was to consume the Captain Crunch on his own. You think this is easy? Take your dentures out. So then when his roommate refused...
Whoa. Does it say how he got him to remove his dentures?
No.
Did he hold a gun to his head? Or?
You think this is easy? Huh? Take your dentures out and then I'll go eat this Captain Crunch. So then when he refused to take his dentures out, that's when Dwayne Barry Smith took an electrical cord and started just lashing the guy with the electrical cord.
Oh, there you go. Whipping him. Just whipping the hell out of him.
He suffered injuries to the face, hand, and arm. And Dwayne Barry Smith was taken into custody but had bonded out of the misdemeanor charges. I'm sorry. You need to take a look at this situation and know nothing is good by letting this guy back out of jail. With the missing teeth, and he thinks life has got the chips stacked against him anyways. This is somebody you keep locked up, okay? Because this is only going to progress and not in a good way.
At least you don't have to worry about him biting you to death.
You think this is easy? Go ahead and take your chances out. I tell you. He just Captain Crunch with his tail with your dentures out. I'm sorry. That whole thing I went back to, like when I was saying, if I'm living with a roommate at 52 and I'm missing teeth and I'm eating Captain, I take it all back. Just if I'm eating Captain Crunch at 52 years of age, please Please do something to me.
Well, I'm
okay?
telling you right now, I'm thinking there might have something to do with meth because he doesn't have any teeth.
Yeah.
He's got a roommate, and he's only eating
who
Captain Crunch.
also doesn't have teeth.
And, like, who gets that mad over Captain Crunch? It's not like he went in there and ate all your $50 filet mignons or, the lobster you had set up.
It's $2 a box. It's Captain Crunch. It's sugar. Pure sugar with a little bit of crunch. Congratulations, Dwayne Barry Smith. You deserve to be arrested, my friend. And I feel bad for you for not having teeth, but Christ almighty. Take it easy. You're Jeff and Jeremy's
Dumbass of the Day. It's Jeff and Jeremy in the morning on 93.3 KZOZ.
How old were you the last time you sat down for a heaping bowl of Captain Crunch?
I don't remember, but it was. I bet you I had Captain Crunch sometime in my 30s.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I've had it since I was a kid.
Ask the question on Facebook. How old is too old for Captain Crunch? Jared just totally lambasted me. He says, when you start asking yourself those kinds of questions about food, there's something significantly wrong with your thinking.
Why? What would be wrong with your thinking?
I don't think there's anything wrong with my thinking. I don't want to be 52-year-old enjoying a bowl of kids' cereal, okay?
What was the cookies? Cookie Crunch?
Cookie Crisp.
Cookie Crisp, okay.
Which was a bowl of cookies, okay? it was a bowl of cookies.
Which was awesome. But I have not had that since I was probably 10 or 12 years old.
Because at about 16, you said, really, should I be eating a bowl of cookies?
That and your body just doesn't metabolize a bowl of cookies like it did when you were 10 or 12. You just had too much, so much more energy.
We'll get to some of your other responses about this question. How old is too old to be eating Captain Crunch? And a lot of people having to say something about the texture of Captain Crunch.
I think you and I got into an argument a few years ago.
Yeah.
Because
you said Fruity Pebbles is healthier than like Raisin Bran or something like that.
And it was. Remember, you went and looked at all the vitamins and the sugar and everything, and Fruity Pebbles is actually healthier than a lot of cereals.
It wasn't as bad.
A lot of cereals. And most cereals, like Captain Crunch, has a lot of sugar in it. For some reason, Fruity Pebbles, it's actually not that bad for you. But, I mean, it's still cereal. It's still cereal, and it's still...
That's laden with sugar.
If you ate...
It's got a ton of sugar.
It's not great for you. But I walked by these aisles, and I loved Fruity Pebbles, and I thought, God, I can't go to the check stand with that. They're gonna. I know. And then I thought, well, wait, you know what? They might just think I have a kid.
Exactly.
So then I bought it, and I ate it for a while. I get on kicks, and then I get burned out of something really fast. Like, I can't eat it for a while.
Full disclosure, because I know that some of the people at the grocery store I go to from time to time that they listen, but then I usually have my kids in tow, so I have an excuse. But full disclosure, okay, I have a Captain Crunch confessional. It had been years since I've eaten Captain Crunch, okay? Years since I've eaten Captain Crunch. But at Christmas time, they came out with Christmas Captain Crunch. And I thought the kids, or my daughter, she's way into cereal right now, she would enjoy Christmas time Captain Crunch.
Yeah.
So I was going to buy Christmas time Captain Crunch. And basically, it's Crunch berries with instead of the berries being in there, they've got like decorations of
Christmas trees or something?
Christmas trees and Santa Claus and things like that.
Okay.
And it's in there with regular...
But it tastes the same, doesn't
regular Captain Crunch. It all tastes the same, yes.
Yeah.
And it's in there with regular Captain Crunch. But I got into this Captain Crunch, and my daughter didn't like it at all, and you know how I don't like to waste food. I'm like, fine, you're not going to eat the Captain Crunch, the Christmas Captain Crunch. I'm going to eat the Christmas Captain Crunch. And let me tell you, it wasn't bad. So when I asked the question, how old is too old to be asking Captain Crunch, it's in a very accusatory fashion, one would think. But because I'm highlighting these dumbasses that down in Alabama that are missing their teeth and eating Captain Crunch, but I will tell you this. I enjoyed me some Christmas Captain Crunch. I'm not going to lie, okay? And the cool thing about having kids is you
can eat like a kid.
Cocoa Puffs?
Well, you told me you ate those peanut butter and jam, like they look like little pies. And they put the peanut butter and jelly in there. And you're sitting here eating them one day.
Daughter hated Uncrustables. I was not going to let them go to waste.
What else did you eat? You ate some kind of yogurt pop thing.
Go-Gurts. Yeah.
Go-Gurts. Yeah.
Go-Gurt. You freeze them. You freeze them. It's like a mini serving of frozen yogurt. Adults can eat them, yes. Absolutely.
No, I said I don't think they're supposed to. But yeah, you can eat anything.
You know what? If you take the cartoon characters off of it and you put like a fig leaf on it or something and called it cow's gift or something like that, then it would be okay for... they make Lunchables for adults.
No.
Have you seen this?
No, I just get the regular ones when I get them.
Okay, because Lunchables can go either way, right? But really,
Yeah, Lunchables is food.
I think the people at Oscar
Cheese and crackers and
I
ham.
think the people at Oscar Mayer did
In the wine industry, Jeff, they call it charcuterie.
right, but I think the people at Oscar Mayer.
That's great. That's a white trash charcuterie right there. Lunchables. Just spread it out the next time you have your friends come over that want to have wine and charcuterie. Just put out Lunchables. I'm going to do that.
I
That's
think
so
Oscar
great.
Mayer actually is trying to tap into your industry that you speak of because now they have high-end adult-looking Lunchables that have, instead of like regular Ritz crackers in them, they've got like Triscuit cat crackers, and the meat is not the processed meat, but it's like
salami.
It's actual. Some of them have salami, some of them have ham, some of them have turkey, but they have different things. They have nuts in them, like little nuts with the little cranberries and little cheeses. You eat these things from. They're called snackable packs or something.
From
like
Trader Joe's. My wife gets them.
What is that? What is that? No, you got
It's
these
got
at
dried
Costco.
cranberries and
You ate these things from Costco. There's these little things you peel it back. It's got like a pretzel and some cheese and some nuts in it. It was like a protein pack or something like that.
pretzel.
Yeah.
I don't eat pretzels.
You had this thing that you got from
I just-
Costco because I've seen them there
no,
before.
they're not pretzels. It's just cheese and nuts.
Cheese and nuts,
Yeah,
thank
there's
you.
no pretzels in it. And you get it in the cold section, and it's a little protein snack, and it's got
That's
it's got
Lunchables.
cheese.
That
and
is
it's got-
Lunchables for adults. That's all that is.
That's
is
great. I love
Lunchables,
those. I love
Lunchables
those
for adults.
because you just throw the cheese in there, and then you throw the almonds in there or the cashews, and it's got the dried
But
cranberries.
who are you fooling? That's Lunchables.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just
That's
they just
Lunchables.
take off the
so
cartoon
maybe it's
characters. I
not
guess
so
you're
bad
right.
if we're eating some kids' cereal. So next time you're walking through that aisle and you're like, man,
Is
I gotta
Honey
get
Nut
the-
Cheerios? Is that an adult cereal or a kid cereal?
See, that's one that they
That's something my mom only used to eat when I was a kid.
sell
and I eat it now.
They sell and market it as an adult cereal. But have you had it?
Oh yeah,
recently?
I love it.
Because
It's
my
great.
son, that's all he wants to snack on. And
Without
so
milk.
good.
Without milk.
Without milk,
Yeah,
yeah.
I put it in a bowl and I'll sit
Yeah.
there and I'll eat it while I'm
It's an
watching a
excellent
game or
snack.
something. And then
is that too? Is that
you
too?
can have a glass of milk with it.
So there are certain cereals that get away with saying, "Oh, we're for adults and we're for kids." Like Life cereal. Life cereal is straight up a kid cereal, but you know what? They're able to market it to adults, and adults eat it up, no problem. And you can't be embarrassed to say that you eat Life cereal.
Look at all this. How old are you? How old is too old to be eating Captain Crunch? Never. When you're dead? Never, never, never too old. When it stops cutting the roof of your mouth? What does that mean?
Well, Captain Crunch.
What is it? What if you got a soft tissue
If you
mouth issue?
don't let Captain Crunch sit for a minute, and you go right in right after you pour the milk, and you eat fast. If you're eating fast, you could get this dynamic known as Captain Crunch mouth, where it's like taking barnacles off of a boat and scraping them freshly into a bowl and pouring milk on them, and then eating the barnacles by a spoonful and seeing what it does to the roof of your mouth. Same
You
thing
gotta
goes for
toughen your
Captain
mouth up.
Crunch.
You gotta
Same
toughen
thing
up
goes
his
for
mouth.
Captain Crunch.
Things we didn't get to in hashtag form with Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
Hashtag favorite drop. This is from the production crew that was listening in the other room earlier when you were talking about beer pong. Hashtag.
Beer pong is when you throw the cup into the ball.
That's a very long hashtag, Jeremy.
Beer pong is when you throw the cup into the ball.
How does one?
They changed the words around.
How
God,
does
they're
one,
good.
How does one?
How do they make me sound so
How does
stupid?
one throw the cup into the ball?
You know they doctored that.
Beer
They're
pong
making- is when you throw the cup into the ball. I'm not
No,
that
it's
stupid, am I?
Because you can listen. Listen, turn down your
All right, go ahead.
your Blackstreet or whatever it is, and you can hear the Olympics music in the background. You would hear a jump in that. Okay, if this was an ad.
No, that's how good
beer
they
pong
are.
is.
is when you throw the cup into the ball. God. Beer pong is when you throw the cup into the ball.
That's a tough.
There's no way I'm that dumb.
That's a tough sport.
There's no way I've said that.
That's a tough sport right now. KZOZ poll question: which would make for the better Olympic sport? Leading the way right now is team paintball. Team paintball and darts, the only two getting consideration as of right now. Esports, nothing. Beer pong, nothing.
Well, we got to get it out there. We'll get it out there. We'll
Tug
give
of
people
war,
time.
nothing. Zip line racing,
If
nothing.
you get a chance, go to kzoz.com and vote what you think should be an Olympic sport. All right. Hashtag not a kid's food. Okay. Now, we were asking you earlier, what is the one kid food that you aren't embarrassed to eat as an adult? All right. And somebody said corn dogs. Corn dogs are not kid food. That's an adult food. You can buy them at bars.
Okay.
They don't let kids go to bars.
As somebody who has kids, I will say this. Even when I take them to bars that have kids menus, because they could be at a bar.
Yeah, I know. They make the mini corn dogs for little kids. I'm talking about a full-size corn dog.
And the corn dogs are always on the kids' menus. Okay?
Mini corn dogs.
Now, they might have them on like an appetizers as an adult menu too,
Right.
but it's always on the kids' menu.
Pepperidge Farm makes a cracker. It looks like a goldfish. All right?
That is kid food.
That is not kid food. Those
Yes.
are cheese crackers.
Those will forever be
Because it looks like a fish?
tied to...
So is it Cheez-It a fish?
No.
I mean, is it Cheez-It?
Listen.
Damn it. Is it Cheez-It a kid's food?
Listen, we will both agree that the Cheez-It is a far superior cheese cracker to the goldfish, right?
The big Cheez-It.
Yeah.
Yes.
But any Cheez-It
Yeah.
is better than a goldfish.
Yes, but goldfish is second.
Although flavor blasted goldfish are pretty good. But I'm going to say this. I could put Cheez-Its in front of my kids and I could put goldfish in front of my kids. Even though the Cheez-Its are a superior cracker in taste, they will always pick the goldfish over the Cheez-Its because they're shaped like a little fish. Taste, not important. Taste is not important when it comes to...
Well, I tell you what, I know a lot of adults that sit around and eat them goldfish.
Right, because they have them on hand from their kids.
But you don't buy it in the kids section, you buy it in the crackers section.
Well, there's a lot of things.
What else drove me nuts on here?
Lunchables you buy in the lunch meat section, but there's no kids section of the store. There's no kids section of the store.
Sure there is.
Where's the kids section?
By
in
the way,
grocery store?
Lunchables, they have kid ones and they have adult ones. So, I mean, they actually, a regular Lunchable is not a kid's item, but they make a kid's Lunchable.
What's the difference between the two?
They put gummy bears in it.
No, I think they put a cookie.
Grilled cheese sandwich is not a kid's food.
I will
This is an adult
say
food.
that's not a kid's food.
They in macaroni and cheese, they put mushrooms, lobster, truffle. I mean, they do all these things with mac and cheese. That's not a kid's food.
Yeah, but we get introduced to it as kids, right?
Let's see. Yeah, because it was easy to make out of a box. This is okay. And somebody said, "Well, what makes it a kid's food?" That means it has to be marketed to kids. Just
Goldfish marketed to kids.
No, I've
they
seen the
are.
commercials.
Goldfish are totally marketed to kids.
I don't see that.
Walk into the goldfish section of the store, okay? And
There's
you
a
will see-
goldfish section.
Yeah, it's a smiling goldfish. It's a cartoon character. That is marketed towards kids, okay?
Fettuccine-
Lunchables are marketed towards kids.
Brittany wrote fettuccine Alfredo.
Okay,
How is that a kid's food?
That's not. McDonald's
let's
Happy
see.
Meals. Bryson says he will.
Oh, that's the one I wanted to get to. This is the one I wanted to get to. Chicken nuggets. All right? I looked up the history of chicken nuggets. You know how far back it goes? Take a guess.
I would
Just
say,
because McDonald's puts it in a Happy Meal does not make it a kid's food. All right?
I would
It's
say early 80s.
Because you wouldn't say a cheeseburger is a kid's food. No. But they put that in a Happy Meal. No, try the 50s. There's a professor at, what was his name? Professor Robert Baker made the chicken nugget in 1950 at Cornell University.
Okay, but it wasn't marketed to adults.
He also is also made chicken strips. Our chicken strips.
Okay, now
Kids' food.
No, chicken strips are adults' versions of chicken nuggets. But if you're eating chicken nuggets, that is a kid's food.
I don't know where you make this stuff up at, but it's just
It's not made
atrocious.
up. It's
atrocious.
Listen, if Mickey Mouse is on the cover of the chicken nuggets, or dinosaur-shaped chicken nuggets are the thing, then that is marketed towards kids. Dino nugget chicken nuggets.
They took a regular. Is a cheeseburger
Thank
a
you.
kid's food?
Anonymous on the
Is a
805.
cheeseburger a
text
kid's
line.
food? Because you know what? They market that to kids too.
No, they don't. That's not the same. It's not the
They
same.
also put apple slices in a. Is an apple now just a kid's food?
Apples,
No.
pre-cut apple slices are. Yes.
You went from like something
Pre-cut
where they
apple
make
slices.
cookies and have a Cookie Monster and a captain that's a cartoon and Keebler elves and things that are marketed to kids to a chicken nugget. Come on,
Chicken
That's not
nuggets
a
are
kid's
kids' food. Chicken nuggets are kids'
People
food.
need to quit walking around. thinking
543-3693.
Just because McDonald's put it
You
in a
might-
kid's meal, that makes it only a kid's
Why
food.
does it bother you that why can't you just own it and say, okay, I eat there's some food that I eat that are kids?
Oh, I probably do. I eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
You eat goldfish.
That's
you
a
eat,
kid's
you
food.
eat chicken nuggets. You eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. You eat a lot of kids' food.
I think everybody does. Kids eat pizza. Does that make it a kid's food? Please say yes.
Depending.
Please say yes.
It
you
depends.
idiot.
It depends
I'm
on
going to call you an idiot. If
It
you say
depends
that.
on the pizza.
Moron.
If you get, it depends.
I may
on the
say
pizza.
the cup flies into the ball, but damn it, pizza is not a kid's food. Neither is chicken. Beer pong is when you throw the cup into the ball. All right, you can weigh in on the text line at 805-543-3693.
Yeah. Anonymous writes in and says, wasn't the question, what kids' foods are you not embarrassed to eat? Was that the question? I don't know.
Yes. And then, but you have to understand that was the post on Facebook. But I was saying a lot of people were posting foods that aren't kids' foods.
They are kids' food.
That's my whole point.
Chicken nuggets is a kid's food.
It's not a kid's food. It was invented by a
Chicken
professor
strip?
in the 50s to go into TV dinners for adults.
Chicken tender, chicken strips, that.
When they make them into little dinosaur shapes, that's a kid's food. But just eating a piece of chicken that's been breaded and deep fried does not make that a kid's food.
SpaghettiOs. Somebody wrote in SpaghettiOs. Santa Maria Frank. He loves SpaghettiOs.
I like SpaghettiOs.
He's not embarrassed.
I haven't had them in a while.
Is it a kid's food?
It's Chef Boyardee, right?
Yes.
And then
Cartoon.
he
chef
also makes
He is not a real
raviolis.
person. He's not a real person.
He's a chef. He's Chef Boyardee.
With a horrible name.
He also makes raviolis. Is that a kid's food? No.
Yes.
He also makes spaghetti in a can. Is that a kid's food?
Yes.
Is spaghetti now? No, that's not a kid's food. SpaghettiOs, they marketed to kids, so I guess it could be a kid's food.
Trisha wants to know what makes a kid's food a kid's food. And
That it's marketed to kids.
I don't know. I think anything that you can eat with your fingers is kids' food.
You go to the banquet chicken nuggets, those aren't marketed to kids.
What about corn dog?
Corn dogs are not either. Corn dog was some fat ass in the South that decided to roll it in cornmeal and deep fry it. Great idea, by the way.
Uncrustable peanut butter and jelly sandwiches?
I don't know what that is. That must be a kid's food.
That's the peanut butter and jelly sandwich that comes pre-made and you store it in the freezer?
Yeah.
You say you eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
I don't eat those. I make it on
Well,
bread.
Okay, but have you ever tried it Uncrustable?
No, I've never
I will
have.
bring one in for you.
Yeah, I don't want one. That sounds like a kid's food.
You'll love it.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning. 93.3 KZOZ rocks.